6:10 p.m. In Abu Dhabi, it should be 7:40 p.m. In India, today is 7th of December, 2024. And today's topic is money lessons from Babaji. Our WeAreOne group, weekly session number 228. It's an important topic. First, I will discuss about the background, and for long we have not talked about money. Okay, so we'll talk about it today. Then we'll go to the Babaji's messages and what is the meaning of those messages. There are a lot of Babaji's blessings and of abundance is hidden there. So, and also the key is awareness. So we'll go into Babaji's messages individually later on. First, let us talk about in detail about what is that, the money matters. Okay. And there are a lot of confusions and misunderstandings about the money. We need to just clear it out beforehand as a, preamble to before going into the detail of that Babaji's messages. And I'm sure you will have a lot of questions about money. We'll discuss at the end of all those things about frank and open discussion about money. First, I will try to address all of them, whatever is important first. First thing I will talk about the householder spirituality. We are householders. And our goal, I repeat here, I'm sure I have mentioned it 100 times before, but I'll mention it again. Our goal is in this lifetime is to be WeAreOne Muktatma. So enlightenment is there, but WeAreOne is also there. So you need to have the materialistic abundance. It is abundance is not wealth accumulation, not holding on it, on the balance, bank balance and things like that. It is not that. It is that how you experience your life, how enriched your life experiences are, that is called wealthy here. Money is a part of it. It's an instrument. It is a means. It is not the end of it. Okay, we'll understand that in detail. Anyway, first thing is we are following a path where money is actually the half of the things we are aiming for. The spiritually enlightened and then financial abundance. In absence of a good word of WeAreOne, I used a billionaire. So enlightened billionaire. That's the kind of thing we'll reach there. And this reaching there is there is a different characteristics involved there. So richness or the wealth is part of it. Money is a part of it. It's not in absence of that. But in our society, the spirituality is equated with no money, or it's for free, or begging mentality. Like it is the spiritual means it should be begging, it should not charge anything. This kind of concept came from the sannyasis. And for last 200 years or so, we have been programmed that money is bad, money is for root cause of all evil and all those kind of things. This kind of approach has been installed within us by whoever is teaching us the spirituality. So those are actually the sannyasi masters. There are very few. The grihasthis are there. In modern era, we get Lahari Mahasaya is the first grihasthi who is a master to teach about this. And for Lahari Mahasaya, it was not free. Everything is chargeable. For Kriya Yoga, teaching Kriya, he used to charge 5 rupees in that time, 1800 something. That 5 rupees, we have visited his place in Varanasi last December. So take his blessings. In 5 rupees in those time, it was equivalent of somebody's salary. So monthly salary. So 1 month salary is to pay to learn Kriya from him. Anyway, so that's a part. So the grihasthis need to be So one point is about the sannyasis. They injected the thought that spirituality should be free and you should not touch money. You should be go with the begging bowl and ask beg from the others. That is not the path we are following. Yeah. So if you correlate spirituality with no money, that has to be dropped now with awareness, because that's a major obstacle of many of us who are following the spirituality. That need to be dropped. We are not going there. We are enlightened billionaire kind of the path we are into, and we want to earn money, enjoy money, and we live our life as abundant consciousness. So we'll talk about it in the further detail on those points. But money or spirituality is free. This kinds of concept is actually the hindrance to your own spiritual progress. Yeah? So this is to be dumped. And all the enlightened billionaire earlier, or the Aishwaryavan Muktatma, they are examples of King Janak, which is a father of Sita, Lord Rama's wife, and Lord Krishna. Then later the emperor, even Gautam Buddha came from the royal family, and he has no dearth of money in his earlier days. And by choice, he left home, where there's a different issue. But he was born rich, and then also that Emperor Ashoka is a king. So there are many examples. And recent the history, there are. If you talk about very, recently who follow the path of Aishwaryavan Muktatma, enlightened billionaire, we can. Last century, say Rabindranath Tagore he was enlightened, as well as he was from the rich family, so from Jamindar family, or who has been, in his childhood, he is the youngest child of that. He never see the poor stuff in his childhood. It's a different issue when he composed many poetry or stories, short stories. He has given a lot of things about how the poor person feel about the money. There was one poem, Rajar Hasto Kore Samasto Kangali Dhanchuri, means the kings are snatching away the whatever small thing the poor people have. These kind of things came, how he understand that? Because he is from the rich family, how he can understand because of that spiritual background. Or he was spiritually enlightened, so he can feel, he has empathy, and he can feel that, even if he himself physically not undergone that kind of things. In very recent days, we have Ratan Tata, who was also used to be, you can call him enlightened billionaire. He recently left his body, so he was also lived a very, enlightened life, reflecting enlightened billionaire, thing. If you want to get vibe, and so then you can put his photograph into your office or something, and you get the inspiration from that. So this is a different kind of category of the people altogether who has huge amount of wealth, but there was no ego. They are completely spiritually evolved and enlightened, and yes, basically they helped the humanity, help others and things like that. Anyway. So there are plenty. I'm not saying they're the only one. There are many, but I'm just giving you examples so that you understand that what kind of personality it will be of that. So, and it is not with the begging bowl and getting into it. You just play the games of the rules of the external worlds in the business and things like that. But at the same time, you keep internally pure. The money is needed. We are all householders. You have to pay bill. You have to raise children for their education. You have to, make the treatment for the family member when they get sick, or ourselves, or visit doctors. And then you have to go to the groceries, and or you have to take transport or drive something. We have to pay for the fuel. All these are parts and parcel of the life. So we have to earn money. We cannot just beg for all those kind of things. So we have to. The question is how. There comes the difference between the enlightened approach or the spiritual approach and non-spiritual approach. Hoarding money by hook or crook, that that is the approach what most of the people think, that for money to accumulate wealth, you have to do that. That is not the spiritual approach. In fact, that is the poverty consciousness. I mean, those people, the approach they take, just taking money from here and there, and or get something, don't pay, or this kind of thing, many kinds of cheating and things like that. They hoard money and they have money, they don't want to help others, they don't give anything, and all those kind of things. So the poverty consciousness, because the underlying belief is there of those people are that there is a total amount of wealth in the world is a fixed. Yeah. So unless until you take it from others, I will not get rich. That is the underlying concept. Whereas the enlightened approach or the spiritual approach, which is the truth, is completely opposite. Okay. It is not about getting it from someone. It is about connecting with the infinite consciousness of abundance. Like abundance consciousness, which is infinite. It can create any amount of wealth. At present, whatever the wealth you see in this currently in the external world, those are created somehow. These all came from the divine origin. Somebody somehow, some point of the time in the history, they have been, get into that kind of frequency that then they can, manifest it. And that has been passed on. And as economics says that any more amount of time it changes hand, that value of it is multiplied. And so that is the way, and that is what is our householder spirituality. So it has to be flow, and to get the Aishwaryavan, but the billionaire part of it, it is not about snatching from anyone. So it is already manifested by somebody. We don't need that. We can create something. How to create that? We need to go into that kind of tune into that vibration. If we vibrate into that a certain, certain frequency, or you make our frequency higher, then you get attracted. The things will come automatically to you. It will happen. You need not to do anything. You need not to, work hard to get into there. It will happen. So only thing you have to work on yourselves to get into that kind of vibration, so that the rest of the things will be getting attracted to you. And this getting attracted to you of this vibration thing is, once it is understood, then it will be your key to get into the Aishwaryavan concept. Aishwaryavan is beyond rich. It is not. It's a rich people. Rich is Dhanavan. It is Aishwaryavan, means the multiple times of that and huge these things. So that comes from the certain kind of vibrating high, and you operate from certain level where these things get attracted towards you. It is called the money magnetism. So it will be attracted to you without even doing or getting into the games of the external world and all these things. There's no need. Yeah, only thing is it can take its own time. Everything has a divine timing. So it will follow its own time, but we may not be overnight rich or something. Or we are not saying that by following spirituality, suddenly you get a lottery. Means if you get it, that is for some other reason, not because of spirituality. Because spirituality doesn't believe in the accidents. Okay. Accidents or luck, or in that sense. It is about getting yourself prepared. The deservability. Once you work on the deservability, things get attracted to you. Okay, first is getting it, then about enjoying it, not holding. Okay, holding doesn't make you rich. So it is like, how does it matter if somebody is having the millions of dollars, is not sharing with anyone, not giving you the word? It is as useful as somebody is like a beggar on the street. Yeah. So this is no use for that. So it is always you should be in the flow. You should be riding that flow of that energy, and that's what you become abundant. It will reflect from everything you say and you do, you behave and things, and the rest of the things will get attracted. Sometimes this kind of so-called magnetism is unimaginable in any kind of logical definition. So, and but that happens. But when the spiritual masters, they go into that kind of vibration, so because it is a plenty, it's infinite. So then what they do is they understand the difference between need and the greed. That is very important. Many people, they don't differentiate between need and greed, and out of greed, then they go into that kind of practices. It is called Kulakshmi, means it is attracting the wealth in the wrong manner, like taking bribes or cheating someone on some fund available for maybe the school children. You somehow divert it into you, or it is for the hospitals and you manage it and bribing something, all this kind of stuff. But anyway, but you are not into the flow because you are manipulating it for your own personal gain, and that is called Kulakshmi. Kulakshmi will never stay. It will take its own course, and it will ultimately have to pay a bigger price for that. So, but Sulakshmi, you go into the normal way, and in the normal way, just you work on your own vibration. You go into the higher state of consciousness, abundance consciousness. Then things will get attracted to you. You need not to work, hard for that. And I'm not saying that only your job can get you that. Job may be the one way. There are many other ways it will come to you. But if you, while coming, you are also in the process of giving, then you are in the flow. Means whatever divine wants to help someone, if you are the agent to help that person or help that thing, somebody is maybe, their daughter is not getting married because of the money issues, you help them a little bit of money. Somebody is stuck for their treatment, and you give whatever you can in that. So you are in the process where you are in the channel of the divine energy flow. Okay. Then your needs, your requirements will be met anyway, and it will be so much more than it will be. You will keep on giving, but still more will come to you. Okay. But only thing is you have to be in the same flow of what divine wants for the humanity. You become play a role into that, it will be flow through you. Just like I give an example of the river from a mountain. If there is a gorge you are open, no obstacle, no rocks or something, all water will flow through that channel. Same here. Whatever the divine wants to manifest, it will manifest it through you. And it will be reaching to the people or things or, this kind of activities, it will be through you. You will be always into that flow. So that is about, to summarize that we do need money, any kind of thing away from the money or linking spirituality with poverty consciousness is absolutely counterproductive. That is a block that you may have. If you have, then you need to remove it. Also, it is, this concept of all the spiritual things should be free. Originates from there are some sannyasis that teach like that. The money is, evil, root of all evil and all those kind of things. My Guruji, Prem Nirmalji, from the beginning, he has to, fight with this kind of concept from the day one, this kind of mentality. Actually, this kind of things, what happens is counterproductive to the seeker, because everything is evaluated through the money, and that's why they miss the point all the time. See, here the spiritual masters, they are selfless. They're connected to the infinite. They need not to beg from anybody for any kind of stuff. All are taken care of by the divine. But what is happening is, but in this process, the connection to the infinite, to the divinity, in our level, in the external level, in the planet Earth is money. The exchange of the energy is primarily money. Okay. That reminds me, just to inform you, there are a lot of other dimensions and, other planes of the universe. Money is only into the earth plane. Okay. Here is on the other dimension, there is no money. So for any kind of money lesson, our soul takes birth into the planet Earth. in this plane. And then we understand the money lessons. I'll come to Babaji's lessons, what Vidhya channeled after some time. But that is a lessons we come here to learn. One of the primary objective is to learn money lessons. Learning is not stuck into it. People get stuck into that. And at the time, maybe the whole life they spend to just keep on earning money, holding money, and all this thing. And, thinking that I will feel rich and, I'll be big shot, But one point of time it comes that nobody cares, what money you have. Everybody has money. So there is not a big deal that nobody is, come here they cannot eat or they cannot stay. They have to come to beg from you. And that is only in the mind that you think that I have a lot of money. People will come to ask for it. Nobody cares. You may have anything. Doesn't matter. In fact, because of that, this kind of thinking, their behavior changes and they try to repel people thinking that they will ask money from me, and that created relationship problems and many things they create. A lot of karma has been created and those karma need to be settled. They cannot get away with it. That money cannot buy you good karma. Okay. Yes, of course, you consciously, if you do something, you donate or, do some charity without expectation, not for the show, not to give it in Facebook, but just for, in this thing, then of course you can get some good karma, which will be helpful for in the future. Also, if you donate for any kind of universal plan, like spiritual purposes, you can get support any mission, spiritual mission of any master. It's not necessary that you have to go only one and all. Those are business concepts. I'm not saying anything which is good for the humanity. Whatever you can, if you give it, then you open the channel of that flow. How it happens is that it is like a circuit. In the circuit, if the one point is disconnect, one switch is off, then whole current stops in the whole circuit. Same here. If everything is coming and stops at you, then you are that switch, which is off. So make it on, let the flow go. And then more and more it will come. And then in this case, that divine tests us in the multiple ways, how we react, given a choice. Some places it is maybe by rules and law, like paying taxes. It is by rule, if you don't pay, you will be penalized and things like that. Or maybe getting a traffic fine, etc. You have to pay a certain amount, whether you like it or not. Or you will be given a bigger fine or put into jail and that kind of stuff. So those are the compulsion you have to pay something. But it tested in whether without any pressure, by your free will, how much you can pay and for whatever the purpose. How much selfless you are there. Based on that, actually, you will get returned. And I'm just telling you that this is the universal truth. It will create certain scenario or certain things. You will come into that. It is your choice. So, and you will be asked that it is up to you. How much you have to then truly. Suppose when that opportunity came, then you gave only 100 rupees. Okay. Maybe you can give thousands of rupees you have, but you choose to give 100 rupees. You think, why to just wastage of money? Why to give unnecessarily here? Because there is nobody is forcing. No? So there is no rule. Then doesn't matter. Things will keep on moving. But this approach, because you have certain thing, you intentionally skipped it. And as if you have said that you don't understand it, but actually the purpose is the divine purpose. You skipped it intentionally. Definitely, it will stop flowing to you, at a certain point of time. How that played out, how this kind of things played out. People sometimes get into the terminal illness. There is no such thing. Even at a certain point of time, even maybe the insurance, they take their hands off. Of course, those are all businesses. They will not give unlimited money for somebody. No, that's for sure. Different clause, that will come. And after that, plenty of money will be gone into just for the treatment. Maybe the doctors will enjoy, the hospitals, clinics, super specialties, and this, that, and 5-star cabin, etc. They will enjoy, but your money will be going in that sense. Or something will, feud will happen, dispute will happen within the family or something. For settlement, you have to pay a huge amount of money. And this kind of thing. So it will be you cannot do anything, means you have to do that. Or you stuck in such a case, the government case or legal case, you have to unnecessarily pay a lot of fines, or you have to bribe other people to get it through, get it clean, just to come back to the normal state, so that there is no case against you. No, you are not under, hanging that for the punishment or the legal, action and things like that. Yeah. Or if maybe you have taken certain action and you disturb some other, the criminal gang or something, their interest, and they will be behind you. They will be behind you, and out of the fear of your life, because it is so much threatened, you have to go to settling that and paying huge amount of money. There are many, many ways it will happen if you are fallen from that. You are thinking to be smart, where you have a choice to do that. It will come in different way, multiple ways to take these things. And for those who are in the the spiritual aspects and all those things, they can understand it very well. There are certain masters, they don't use for this kind of things for any kind of negativity to anyone, because their mission is to help people. Yeah. But by any means, if you have done anything wrong with them, then divine, it is not an anger or something. It is just an energetic balance. It will come it will create a situation. It will happen. The divine grace also happens. Taking away will also happen. You cannot do anything. Just simply, it will take away. So how to get into that? First is the awareness and understanding. It is you will get what value you give. Yeah, it is infinite. Suppose certain things, suppose there is some spiritual master is asking for something, maybe opening a school or something, asking for donation and all those kind of things, and you can skip it. You think that it is not, why to do unnecessarily, how much I will get out of it, and like a business kind of approach. It's okay, you have all the right to do that, but at the same time, as you have taken that approach, similar approach you have to face in a multiple way, because you have now contributed into the divine, the plan, and then given the opportunity came. It is not about the profit and loss. That thing will happen anyway, with or without your help. But as you have not approached, I'm just talking about money approach. I'm not saying, all of you do it or some of you do it. I'm not saying that. No, I'm not. There is no try to threatening things. I'm just sharing the truth, that what approach you will take. The approach, of course, you should not go to overboarding, but you have to do like from your, just whatever you give it by heart, and it should be honest to yourself. Yes, I'm capable of this much, and at this moment, I'm ready to give. Whether I get something out of it or not, that's different. Because whatever you are getting, if it is not, honored and all those things, it will stop coming. Something will happen, it will stop happening. You will not get chance, or something will happen, you will not get it. So that is an energy equation, energy balance. Yeah? So this is given an opportunity, but I took that. I given an opportunity every time I have find a way how to give. It is not that I'm not claiming. There is no ego here to claim that I have given. There is no I. But this approach has, changed the consciousness level, changed my thing altogether. Then I has been get into this consciousness, the abundance mentality to keep on coming. I don't have any fear of giving anything to anyone, any amount. I have no fear. From where that is come? Because as you don't have a fear to give, more and more will come, because you open the channel. Divine knows everything. Forget about divine. Your soul knows everything. Your soul, you put it into certain aspects also to learn this money lesson. Sulakshmi, earning part has to be, the legal and the normal way we should be earning. And the spending you have to have, of course, you enjoy your life. Some people think that if I sacrifice, don't, enjoy my life and all, that I'm spiritual. It's completely wrong. Don't torture yourself. Go into the level of self-love. Of course, you don't overindulge. Like, every other day I'm going to the spa and drinking and enjoying. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that you have to take care of yourself, whatever you like to do, whatever area you like to visit, whatever the places you like to visit, whatever the company you like to keep. So suppose you do some, good, some clear-minded friends and all those things, arrange a gathering, arrange these things, or get into some kind of satsang or this activity, that activity, or helping somebody or teaching some some children, all this kind of thing. What I'm saying is, you give your input the way you can. Be part of that. Always you will be into the state of the abundance consciousness. Things will come to you, follow you. If it is not, then there is some block. There is some block somewhere that we have to work on it and get out of it. So this is the thing, kind of thing. It is how that money works. So just let me see if I have. Okay, money, magnetism, soul. Okay, yeah, soul lessons also. Final soul lessons, as I said, that art plane is about the money lessons. We come here to learn and implement in our life. Not only earning, it's not a learning, it's not theoretical. That I know, that is the money, but at the time of decision making, I'm choosing that, how much not to spend where I am not forced to. I'll spend only I'm forced to. Then as I mentioned earlier, our overall thing will be shifted to everything you're forced to. Some accident is happening, you have to spend money, you have to unnecessary, some cases happen, you have to unnecessary, some disease has happened, you have to spend a lot of money and all this kind of stuff. But in this case, what money lessons, the ultimate money lesson is the time of death. Whatever you are, whatever these things, whatever property, bag balance and things like that, you have to leave it here. Yeah, so that is the ultimate one. More you are attached to it, more pain you will have at the time of death. It's for everybody. You means all of us. Everybody will have. That's the inevitability. You have to have whatever money you have. You cannot buy a single minute of your life. Think of that. How useful they are. Whenever we need, we'll get into that. However, if you have been worked on it, you have become the spiritual grace can create a miracle in your life. Okay. Nobody will give guarantee or assurance, because guarantee and assurance is a part of your fearful mind. It cannot be reached by fear. It can only reached by pure love and the connection. That's what has been tested here. At the end of it, it will be taken away from you. You think you are living it for your children and their security. Don't fool yourself. If your children are capable, then they will earn those things themselves. They don't need your petty cash or money or property, or at least they don't like the place you have the property or the type of security you have left for them. Or if they are. Everybody is following their own karma. If they are not capable enough that to blew the money you have accumulated for decades of your hard work, they can finish it within a few months or weeks. Okay, so anyway, it will not work. What can work is if you can convey that abundance consciousness, the vibration, how to increase the vibration, how to work with them, how work in unison with the people. Yeah, there are most of the things are negative in the external world, but how to keep your own vibration, because your own vibration, your own positivity, that will attract wealth, that will attract good people in your life, that will attract good so-called projects, good jobs, good businesses, and all that. Contact acts and all, and you are having a high vibrational state. If you can impart that, then it will stay with them. Other things will not stay, no matter how much money you want. Anyway, there is a limit. You cannot have unlimited amount of wealth, no matter whom. And if you see the history of those people who has kept a lot of wealth or property, they created basically the division within the family or the children from the day one. Almost everywhere they fight among themselves with the share of that property and that money, even if they themselves don't need it. But they say it is a family property. Why is my father's property or mother's property? Why should I leave it? And they start fighting. So basically what happened is, instead of security, you put them into the legal tussle, battle, fighting among each other, hating each other, just by keeping some money. Okay. Anyway, but I'm not saying you don't earn and don't save. Of course you do, so just to understand the difference between need and the greed. Once your needs are met, so you be thankful, be grateful to the universe, and whatever the extra amount it is coming to you, it is meant to developing the humanity and all. So you just contribute that, or if you cannot do it yourselves, then you be part of something, some good thing, which will be ultimately good for the humanity. If you ask me, can you give a list of to whom you give? I said, no need. You're inside, you know that what is the truth and what is not truth. Which activities are, the following the humanity principle of love, and whichever is just for the show or maybe extortion by creating some kind of fear, So very clear. If something is related to fear, image, or other, these are all, you can say, the ego-minded. Like, it's nothing to do with your truth. If you feel that there is a truth in it, you contribute wholeheartedly into that one. And then whatever you can, you can time and all those things, and stick to that, be committed, not for show. There are many cases I have seen, one or two times somebody very thing, then after that it dies down. What happens is you broke the promise there. Okay. You don't promise. You just keep trying, but no need to promise something. We'll do this, we'll do that, and all those things. And people even come to me and saying that, Guruji, I will make all the arrangements for you and I will promote you and all this kind of thing. I said, look, you come here if you like to, improve yourselves. What is purpose of spirituality? Get connection with your own higher self. That I can teach. You come if you are benefited. If you get into blocks, to remove the blocks, to heal and all those kind of things, forget about promoting me. Okay. I don't really need it. I have Babaji, that's good enough for this lifetime and more to come if they're. So I don't need somebody to promote me. Okay. You come if you get benefited. If you, then whatever is this process happening, if you can imbibe the process, you become a part of the flow. That is the best reward you can give it to any guru. But be into that. Don't try to play, business or something with it. You don't say, oh, my guru will, it will my personal guru, and I will sponsor him. And no, the guru doesn't need all this kind of thing. Okay. Anyway, it is not about any business theory or something. It is about you. It's an opportunity for you to give value to the spirituality that it is by divine grace it came to you. The connection, I mean. How much? It is infinite source. How much you can get it? It's about your capacity. Okay, your understanding, your awareness. That kind of level you can go yourself. Master doesn't have any bias. Master is completely devoted to the Guru Karya, divine cause. It's not related to who is behaving what. Forget about who is offering what, saying what, and doing what. This is completely irrelevant to the Master. Yeah? They just keep smile and move on. But thing is, for you, you will miss that opportunity. Okay? Get into that. Get into this kind of thing. Learn how to vibrate high. Go into that flow. Every opportunity become to that level of these things, and wholeheartedly, and not like a thinking that anything has some hidden agenda or something in the business, or that is your restricted awareness is telling that, or your external world experience is telling that. Time has come to break that and go into it. And last means this kind of introduction. Last part is, this is the time. Listen this part very carefully. Though I'm just explaining why Babaji has given the message about the money at this time. Okay. There is a cycle change happening in the world, major cycling change. We are now breaking all the old kind of thing and going towards we call it golden era. Forget about the time being, because many people heard about golden era for different sources and they have some concept of the golden era. I'm not going into that, but we are coming to that here in all our lives who are into our now. It is going to ending the old cycle, starting a new cycle. We experience the transition. This cycle which is coming, it will be a lot of abundance and wealth will come to us. Okay, through the divine sources. It is our divine will. How, I don't know. Okay, it will play out differently. Now it is coming. Okay, money part of it, which has not happened maybe last few years. So this is coming. So we have to be ready and understanding about this in abundance consciousness and the money matters in the proper way. Spiritual way, the truth. We have to understand the truth about money. And that's what the Babaji's messages are. So I will explain point by point, and then I will go for this kind of questions. So I think there is enough, thing has been given. The background is given. Now we'll go into, one by one into the points of that. Vidhya, you are here? Vidhya, I think I saw you joining.
I'm here, sir.
So, you like to read the questions, or you like me to read only?
Yeah, I think you can only read. I don't have access to it now.
Okay, fine. All right. Okay. First of all, congratulations. You got the message from Babaji. It is for all of us. Okay. And it is great, and divine grace is showering on you, and you already, established yourself in the very high in the spiritual domain. And,
thank you so much for everything, sir.
Okay, all are Babaji's grace, and it clearly shows that nothing is impossible, and that's what is exactly. You are one of the what I should say, living example of that. What is possible, in any lifetime with the divine grace of Babaji. All right, okay. Now let us go into that. It is starting with, these are the only lessons you need to get liberated from the greed and fear of money. And just read this whenever you need, and you'll be instantly clear from within. Okay. So now, as I said, now new cycle is coming. We need to get it from that. What we need to drop here about the two things about money. One is fear about the money, which is a scarcity consciousness, that I need to hold it. Otherwise, if some problem will come, then how we can do it and all, I should not give it to anyone. Or greed. I have enough, but I need more and more and more. That is the principle of so-called life, that I have to keep on accumulate maximum. And, like I lead a hard life, but die rich. So this kind of thing. So we have to get out of this, yeah. So this is kind of poverty conscious approach. But anyway, so those messages, first is the money is energy. Okay, number one. So we have to understand that money is energy, means it is like as an energy, it is not good, not bad, like electricity and or any other, the heat energy or the light energy. They themselves are not, good and bad by itself. Like electricity, it can run your all appliances and all the machines and things like that. At the same time, people can get shocked. Light can show you the externally what is there around you and all these things. And too much of light can make you blind. So that you cannot handle that kind of high intensity light. That's why you don't, look directly to the sun unless until you learn sun yoga. Yeah. Anyway, so that is fundamental understanding. It is one form of energy, and energy in this universe cannot be created, cannot be destroyed, and it can only transform from one form to another. So that is why the money can create the energy of you, even increase the what you made of, the love. You can enhance that, your expression, it can change that, or in absence of it, it can diminish that what you are, okay, that energetically. Be fearful, you be you all the time you're thinking somebody will take money from me, then you will experience terrible life. Okay, that energy will be expressed in a different way. It will be a negative way. And the positive way, you can have a fulfillment, you can have express love and gratitude, highest way. Anyway, so money is the energy. It is an instrument. It is not. It is a means, not the end. So don't try to make it. If by any means you try to make it the end product of everything, the measure of success and failure. In that sense, you will be given the life lessons by the divine. In the plenty, you will feel poor. I repeat, suppose the method you follow to accumulate huge amount of wealth and you are not sharing, not this, and not using it for the divine purposes, then one point of time in the middle of plenty, you have a lot of money, but you cannot enjoy anything. So that's what I meant, that in the middle of plenty, you will be feeling poor. How this can happen? So this matter I studied quite in detail, and it works completely in a different way. It may not be in absence of money which will create the problem. You have plenty of money, but you cannot use them, you cannot do anything. Suppose you have too much intellect and you wanted to say that the money will save me wherever I am. One time will come, you have a lot of money, but the external situation, even currently the external world is almost like that. You don't have any trust. You cannot, invest in anywhere. There is no guarantee of the return. But you thought it was almost, I have money, I can invest anywhere and get returns. No, because your own mind will not allow you to do that. You have no confidence on anyone outside you. Okay. So you'll have plenty of money, you cannot invest anywhere, because you think that there will be some kind of thing, some cheater will come and some company management will change and this, that, and my money will go. And so you cannot do that. So this kind of thing will come. You yourself will sabotage you so that you cannot enjoy that amount of money. Or what will happen, some disease can be developed where you are bedridden. You have plenty of money, but you're bedridden. Even you cannot go to the toilet, and you have plenty of money. Forget about enjoying life. You are that kind of thing. One interesting point about Babaji one time was telling, somebody did something about this money and they cheated and did a lot of things, money from me, my hard-earned money and all those kind of things. Then I go to pray to Babaji, because I will not take any action because it will bind karma for me. So I pray to Babaji, this is completely injustice, and I have also to run my family and pay for all those kind of things, and this is kind of thing happened. So my due is not paid, and have been, by insult, I have been taken, it like in an office scenario. So I have been thrown out from my job, not giving my due payment and things like that. So Babaji is telling me that whoever is involved into that, so they will be punished because they touch my favorite, one of my favorite children. Yeah? So So what they will face some disease when they will be incapacitated and they cannot move and they cannot eat or they cannot do all these things. So that is not the point. But the point I was making is I was asking Babaji why, because it is a monetary matter, no? Normally, my understanding, I teach all of you, there are three areas. Mainly we have the karma or whatever it is, no? One is relationship, another is money, another is health. So I said, this happened, they didn't pay me or, insulted me and thrown out of my due, not paid and cheated me of all those things, money-wise. So why that person will get, whoever is involved, they will get the physical disability, Then Babaji told one. Then I understand that how this kind of thing works, He said, if I give the financial, constraint or punishment to that person, because they are all persons, they are intellectual, they are intelligent people, They somehow can get the money from some bank or this and loan and all. They will not pay ultimately, but they can manage. So if they are undergoing the financial constraint, then somehow they can manage and get away from that getting the pain. But if it is a health, they cannot give it to anyone. Only thing maximum the doctors can help as per the available science of the medical science. There are plenty of diseases, the current medical science, they don't have any cure. And most of the cases, they do drama of curing them. Actually, they don't. They just earn a lot of money in the middle and they give this excuse, that excuse and things like that. Ultimately, doesn't happen. A lot of diseases are like that. Anyway, basically the science is not gone on to that level where actual cure is happening. Otherwise, you give it within a week, so it will be okay now. So why it is prolonging and this, that, do this surgery, that was, do that process, this process, that ray and that injection and that this, that dialysis or whatever. Anyway, so then I understand that out of these two things, like three things, means one is the money, relationship and health. If it is in relationship or money, it can be transferred. That suppose you are having your relationship issues with someone, you can quit. Even if it is in the marriage, you can divorce and that you can export the problem. But in case of the health, you cannot get out of it. You have to face that particular, so-called divine punishment, divine justice. So that's why we have seen that whatever they intentionally they have done, even if it is another area, intentionally they have tortured other people in their relationships or in that they cheated somebody, that due money and all those kind of things. They think they are smart, they can do anything. Okay, they will get into this disease. So, and that disease they suffer. Because you have to be dependent on others and then others will mistreat you anyway. So because who does have that all the time and thing like that they keep on, taking care of you and all those kind of things or this, but forget about taking care of business. Maybe there will be somebody to give you medicine or feed you, but whatever body pain you have, whatever the things you have to undergoing, that is called the living death. Every day you are feeling the pain of the death. Okay, that is a cursed life. Anyway, so let's just leave it there. So money is energy. Second is it cannot be stagnant. Okay, like any kind of energy, it is always need to flow. You cannot stop it. You can convert one thing to another, but you cannot stop it. So it is like a flowing a river. It is in the flowing a river. Like if you somehow you manage to stop it, it is temporary. It will ultimately break all kinds of restrictions. It will pass through. You know that the river, they give a dam, and every dam has a capacity. It cannot hold unlimited water. At one point of time, they have to open the gates and let water pass by. So you cannot make it stagnant. Even if it is just time creates the illusion somebody is accumulating money. But it is not the property of money. If you start accumulating, then new flow will stop coming. You are thinking, I'm not giving to anyone, I'm accumulating, so my level is high, and high. And because of so high, then one point of time, the source will stop giving you more because you're holding, it's not flowing. In the divine purposes or for the humanity is not being used. So you will die rich and those consequences will happen. Okay, so it's never be stagnant. That is the second thing. Third thing, it is ever moving, which is basically the same thing we told. So first was not stagnant, and ever moving means if you help it to move, then you become a part of it. So normally for understanding wise, I teach this way. It looks like that if your capacity is the container. Like when they go with a small plate, you will get that much amount of water. From sea, from infinite source. You get a bowl, you will get that. You glass little more. Then a jug or mug, a little more than that. And then maybe a bucket and more. Then a tumbler will be more. And then maybe a tank will be further. Maybe a water tanker will be more. Like that. So based on your capacity, you can collect water. But it is ever moving, means even if you collect something, it is still, container is big, but it is stagnant. Okay, it is out of its own property. You cannot get more. Like maximum capacity is the capacity of the container you have. So at the one point of time, it will stagnate. And it will not make anything. So how I can make it flowing? Then you learn these techniques from the masters. Masters, they don't hold anything. That has been misunderstood by the begging mentality and things like that. It is not that. They just abundance consciousness. What they do, they become the conduit, like a pipeline. Through that pipeline, everything, any amount of water can flow. Same here. So you have to consciously go into that, what I was talking about, that abundance consciousness, tuning into a particular, level of vibration. If you go to that level of vibration, you become a conduit or you become a pipeline from where the divine, this abundance and the money will flow through you. You are part of the flow. You are not obstructing the flow. Neither you are the flow itself. Okay, that's why understand the purpose of that. So if that only thing, the purpose of that pipeline is to allow the flow to happen from the divine to the humanity. And that is how they play the role the masters play. Yeah. And it was never stopped. It is going to whomsoever is going. And only thing is they become the divine agent of the, the higher level masters, or their agents of the divinity to make it means to reach to whoever is ready, to whoever is meant for. So that is a kind of thing. That's the role they are playing there. They are neither source nor the destination. No, they are just the conduit. They are the channel. They are the means to reach wherever it needs to be as per the divine plan. So if you stop that, if you think that if I stop this flow unnecessarily, why should I, this kind of thing, it is passing through me and I'm boss, I can do anything with it, you are drastically wrong. Okay, that is the kind of concept people felt. Whoever did that, and they don't allow that to go a certain level, certain people, certain area where it needs to be. It will stop coming at one point of time, and later on something will happen, even that kind of whatever the hoard, that is not good enough. It will evaporate eventually. All right, so this is about the moving. Then it has to be given and it has to be received. There is no other way. Okay. Giving and taking is the parts and parcel of the money. This is called the business. Okay, that's how the money it should be. It is meant for. So it is not meant for hoarding, or neither it is meant for that crying that I don't have enough. Yeah. That's what earlier we were saying. If it is you don't have enough, means you increase your desirability. Maybe that your container is too small. Work on enhancing the container. And if possible, ultimately go to the level where it become a pipeline. Okay, so that you can flow, everything is flow through you to many. If suppose 10 people get benefited from you, through you, don't you think your own requirement will be met easily? Because you are in a capacity of handling the requirement of 10 people. You are not the creator of that, neither are the receiver of that. But in the process, you will get benefited, of course. So your requirement will definitely be met. So may not be the way we think, but it will be. Eventually everything will be met. So that is the thing, that it is always this giving and receiving, like to be into the channel, like a flow of electricity, as I was mentioning. To be in the circuit, you have to play the role where the current can flow through you. You should not be a switch where it is stopped. Then whole flow will stop. Like the mountain rivers, the stream, multiple streams are coming out from the mountain. Now, if one stream you put a boulder in the name of I will collect water, then eventually water will stop going to that kind of channel, and it will find out some other channel which is more free, no blocks. It will be through that. Okay, so how to get the more water into that? Go into the more deeper, remove all the blocks, then water will automatically come. And that is exactly follows the natural principle of the spirituality. That's how the energy flows, including money. Money is one form of energy. So as at the beginning Babaji told, money is energy. So if you see the deservability of that receiving the energy, money will flow through you. And how you can quantify that? Just enhance your vibration. Keep on increasing your vibration, it will be attracted towards you. Okay. So next is that give and take is fine. So whatever you have taken, that has to be given. Yeah. So I think gratitude and grace only can make the movement possible. See, these both the words, gratitude and grace. Okay. So those are both are high vibrational activity. Okay. Gratitude, when you need to exercise gratitude, when you receive anything, even if it is not meant for you. But whenever you receive, you may get something which is you are the end product. You have to get it from your own living. That's possible. Or it has come to you to give it to somebody else. But in either way, be grateful what is coming to you. Whether you have a container, then it will go no further. But even if you are in the stage of that pipeline where anything processed through you, at least you receive. That channel has been utilized. Like the mountain example, that stream, I have removed all the blocks or the stones on that particular channel, the water will start flowing. So be grateful to the water from source. You are not the source. From where it is coming, you be grateful for that. So gratitude makes it keep on coming. Okay. That is the key. Grateful heart is the highest level of vibration possible in the human body. Or in other words, we teach to be in the attitude of gratitude. Okay. If you can do that, you will operate in the highest level. Once, Louise Hay, she's a famous, influencer writer, and her books are guided many and helped them people to work on their own life challenges. And she formed a club, gratitude club. So their purpose is to keep a journal of the gratitude, and the target is daily 50 things they're grateful for. They have to write. That is a target. Initially, they started with 1, 2 things they're grateful. They're not getting anything. Most of the things are all negative. What to be grateful about? But slowly, what happened? Because they're in a club, they wanted to have a record. Target is 50 per day. Gratitude. The items they're grateful for. They start looking for something where they'll be grateful for. Maybe there is a parking lot, they got a slot to park the vehicle. Thank you, grateful. Even they just, Maybe just gone out, there's a great sunlight out there. Say thank you for the sunlight. Nice breeze. We are enjoying walking. Thank you for that. So each and every step, they find something, they record it. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for that, and things like that. Then after a month or so, they think that 50 can be achieved very easily. But what happened once they are in few months into all these things, their life changed. How they change? Because they are grateful for each and everything. And more, those kind of loving energy is passing through them. Their experience changed. External world didn't change. That's why the people do mistake. Manifestation, then they think something good thing will happen into the external world. Something will come and, something, they will get something else, all services for free, or there will be no tax, and this is the kind of idea people have. It is not that. Your experience will change. We are talking about, the golden era and all. The individual's experience will change, not the external world. Most likely it will go worse. So that more and more people come into experiencing this, they discover the hidden treasure within them, the power within them. Not get manipulated by somebody external or somebody else's interest and all. Even after doing all those things, whatever they accumulated, the wealth and other things, as I mentioned earlier, they are also not happy. They are not enjoying life either. It's the idea of enjoying that is they are running behind, and that same idea will the cause of their not to enjoy. So when you drop that kind of limitation, then you come to a level of abundance and you are grateful for each and everything. Open it, blue sky, thank you for that. I am having, today I'm feeling good, healthy. I wake up today morning, that's also everything is grateful for. Anyway, gratitude is when you get it, be grateful. Grace, the another word is gratitude, and grace can make movement possible. So we are talking of the give and receive and give. So here, when you receive, be grateful, because it is coming, ultimately is coming from divine source. Even if somebody is giving you money, that person has not created it. I'm not talking printing money. Okay, I'm talking the value. If somebody is giving the value, they have not created that. It just came from some other things, and it comes to the changes of the different hands and things like that. It came. So anyway, be gratitude to the divine that it come to you. You have a role to play in the middle now. And when any amount, no matter how much you give to somebody unconditionally, okay, not have to, not compulsion, lovingly, if you give that, give it with a grace. So, do it gracefully. Don't try to keep it an ego issue because you appear to be giving something to someone. Don't say, give me some salute every morning because I'm giving you this much amount of money. And don't even expect that. That is your ego talking. Be graceful that you are the agent, and when you give, the joy of giving is reward by itself. It is completely a spiritual term. That's why I call the grace. You appreciate that you are, you have been able to give. You cannot give something if you don't have. Suppose it's a spiritual knowledge or understanding. When you give that, just give for the joy of giving. Don't unnecessarily say, okay, I'm giving this, so you should be grateful to me. You give me a salute. Okay. And you give me this, give me that. Then it is not purely giving. It's a transaction. And every transaction has a profit and loss. Sometimes you will get into loss. Most of the time you get into the loss. If you insist somebody should salute you, maybe few days, as long as their interest involved, they will salute you. And the moment that particular interest is met, or they no longer you can give that, they said, get lost. Who are you? Okay. Anyway, so you have to absorb that insult. There is no need. All masters get liberated from it. They don't need anything from anyone, not even a thank you. Okay. Because the moment you expect, that is where they start controlling you emotionally, expectation-wise. So why they unnecessarily expect anything from anyone? Why they expect from you? Okay, they are just doing their job and their purpose in this lifetime to, channeling the energy, teaching people how to live the period of this love, with pure love, how to do that. Earlier part, if you see that before coming into spirituality, whatever you learned, it was just quite opposite, isn't it? You have learned how to, how to manage fear, if you can, and how to instill fear in others. The way you win is how we can make others fearful. That's what you learn, basically. But now it is, you make yourself vulnerable. You know that it is vulnerable. And also continue loving. That is your lessons. You go beyond this. Nobody can touch you. Vulnerability there is, yes. Somebody can exploit you, say bad things about you. Of course, yes, they can. But you go beyond that. They can get something from you and pretend there is no value of it. When it comes in the time of return, they make somehow clauses not to. Okay. They convince themselves, we call it self-conning. Conning them, no, why to give? And there is no demand, there is no such thing. You don't have to. Which rule says that you have to give in? You are conning yourself. This kind of masters will come, give whatever it is, will go. Those have break the barrier, they can reap the benefit like anything. Yeah. And they get it from the same, listening to the same thing, same master, same teaching, but they get into that X factor. But others still keep on thinking because the block is within themselves. So you have to work on the block. We have to work. Why unnecessarily somebody will come and give every spoon feed you? No, they just make you thirsty and show the pond. You have to go towards the pond and drink the water. They will not ask you to go and do this way or that way. It is not their job. It is your job to get into it and go all them get as maximum as possible. That's just for you so that you can evolve yourself. Yeah. There are many who has they have sent a tremendous transformation into their lives. Yeah. So I'm not taking any credit here. All come from Babaji, but they themselves also played a huge role, and that role is directly defined by this. Gratitude and grace. Okay, they are grateful for whatever they receive, they acknowledge, accept, and gracefully giving. Some people is receiving is grateful, giving, no. Reasons. Why not? Why this? Or they bring somebody else, that fellow has not given, why should I give it? Anyway, that they are self-conning. They make something so ultimately what is happening, the flow was stopping at some point of time. Somebody is saying, oh, it's useless and this all spiritual path is all, fake and this guru is not good and this. They go into different, get more this thing, all same thing. Anyway, so that is their business. But so you have to give gracefully as well. That's why these things are completed. That energy transactions are completed. By doing all those things, you go beyond that. When it will be attracted towards you, all your needs will be met and you need not to, worry about that. And what I call it, don't claim any problem, whatever the problem is, these 3 areas, even money problem, shortage of thing, you don't claim it is yours. The way I deal with this is, of course, I have to go to some cycle where I don't have any money. Let us not, hide the fact, but I have to look into what is the lesson for me there. Why the divine, has created the scenario, you have to undergo this phase. That is a learning point for me. As I mentioned, we come here into this world to learn about money. Okay, money lessons. So my lessons will not complete if I not go through the lower cycle as well. Okay, then that lower cycle will give a lot of learning opportunities here and there. In my case, when it happened, I said to Babaji, I have already surrendered to you. So now I don't have any money. That time suddenly I will not say that why I have no money and all these things. So I didn't go into that route. I just say all are yours. When I have plenty, that is also yours. I have nothing, that is also yours. You are experiencing through me. Rasdeep does not exist. Things automatically change on its own, and there's some purpose of that, and I understand the purpose and all those things. Yeah. By the way, one thing Babaji was telling me. Babaji was telling that even though you're the worst cases, financially, worst time also, you never stopped your free teaching to people. This weekly thing. Yeah. Even I used to get, one point of time, I don't have any money to pay for the Wi-Fi in my home. Yeah. And then I used to just connect my mobile hotspot to this laptop, and through that I used to conduct that session. Yeah. That also happened. But that every time when I ask Babaji, you are telling me you are my favorite, I'm just getting emotional when I talk about Babaji. You are favorite, I have not done anything. Then Babaji reminds me that, you see, I put you into something, into this life. You didn't even stop doing your own work, spiritual work and charity you were doing. That's why you are my favorite. All right, let's move on. Gratitude and grace, it's okay. What you receive shall eventually be given, and what you give eventually be received. I think we have explained in Babaji says it will come multifolded. Nothing divine, it is your progress, your life, your thing, and divine knows everything. Whatever you give, it is not a loss. It is you return back multifolded. Because in the higher dimension, in the divinity, there is no dearth of wealth or something. It will be by your choices, the free will choices, what you make, that opens that gate which will shower you. The divine grace will shower you, and it will multifold, it will come back. But of course, you have to go through that kind of test, the desirability. If it is like an exam, any kind of exam, you cannot complain this math is too strong and I cannot solve it and all. It doesn't matter. But if you do hard work, if you do your homework enough, you will be able to solve it, and then you graduate it from that class, or you pass from that particular class. So that's your reward. And then you go to the higher level of understanding, higher level of knowledge, next class. So you progressed. But if you keep on complaining, you'll stuck there. Any amount of time you keep complaining, you will be there. Unless until you take your effort to go and pass those kind of things. Passing those exams are not meant to torture you. In fact, they are meant to promote you. Go to the next level. And that's why those kind of challenges are coming. In my whole spiritual journey, a lot of challenges came. And overcome the scenario, the temptation and all those kind of things. I have been tested all along. Not only money, I just explained about the many other things also. One point of time, or I was teaching this Kriya and something to others, and one point of time so happened, one particular young couple, somehow the husband left, that girl disappeared, and that and there's nobody else in that relative there, that girl into that particular town. So, and I'm guiding and try to help and make the thing sorted out, whatever. So then I was keep praying about that girl. So that young lady, the married, that husband left, and whatever, how she can survive and all. I pray to the masters and all those things. Then I was praying that why why this test, the girl is going underground. She is very good, inclined to the spirituality and very, learn and practicing the Kriya meditation spirituality. But I cannot, I feel I'm responsible to take care of, at least, not so that any Tom, Dick and Harry come and they can exploit that girl. I was just trying to, protect in that sense, guidance and all those things, So I was praying, then I was invoking Mataji's protection also for that girl. So I was asking Mataji, I used to talk with Mataji, used to be now, earlier it was almost daily talking. I was asking Mataji why that, why this girl has to undergo so much tests, what she can do. It is and Mataji told me one thing. I said, you fool, the test is for you, whether you can overcome this kind of scenarios. Yeah, means I can get tempted and exploit that girl either. No? It didn't click in my mind because I was working from the principle of taking, protecting and all those things. Never it come across in my mind that I will exploit that girl. And I was just trying to, even I got to the different masters, even, great master, I went to them, pray only one thing, please protect this girl, take care of this thing. Yeah. And anyway, so this way, what I mean is many situations arise where you are tested. Your truth comes out. Yeah. It is very easy to, exploit that anyone, because dependent, there is anything you will ask, that girl is ready to do it because there's not a choice. Helping money-wise and otherwise, and, all these are there. But anyway, so these kind of things will come, then we have to give also gracefully. That time you should not get into, your ego comes in and your, narrow interest comes in, and then you fail the test. Yeah. When you go through it, then you get, into different dimensions. But if you fall into that kind of trap, by now, I could have been feeling guilty about it. Or maybe thinking, somewhere, if the girl tells to the world that I have done so and so something, then it will be a problem. Yeah. That hidden thing will keep my vibration down. Forget about that. What will happen, it's okay. But for me, every time I will be scared. No? If that girl is posting something, they should not say anything about me. See, look at that. So that thing could have been changed my life forever without anything happening on the surface. Yeah? There was nothing. Yeah. But that inherent thing, it is like an internal hemorrhage, internal damage. It could have been bringing things down and down and down. Forget about achieving 100% truth and pure clarity. But once it is done, when I understood that it is the thing, and actually Mataji, by the time Mataji told it, Mataji said you graduated from it. Test is over and things will change, and exactly that happened. Things will somehow change, and the whole thing has been gone into complete different directions, and I need not to even go and take care. It happens years now, by now. Anyway, so it has been taken care of by the divine, and it is so happened. So this also happened. So let us continue with the other points. So what you receive shall eventually be given, and what you give shall eventually be received. Yeah, it is like also you can say it is a closed loop circuits. Like it was not a one-time event that only flow through that. It will keep on coming back, but every time coming in the multiplying or divided. So if you have done some kind of mistake, your return will be, negative directions or diminished. As I mentioning, my life could have been diminishing life internally or enriching. Become more powerful, make it more closer to the perfection, to the divinity. You play the role what divine wants to play for the humanity. So that you go more toward the divinity part of you, not towards the mean part of you. So that is will happen, and this cycle will keep on, and every time by your choice, by your free will selection, you go the elevated path or diminished path. You can go the upward cycle or downward spiral. The choice is yours. Every time, every rotation, it will come and it will have the what do you do with whatever money you have. You will keep on increasing, receiving grace and go into that. You become a part of that kind of thing. Or you can keep hoarding, doing something, developing some disease or relationship problem, that legal problem, pay bill, and go on to the other side as well. Yeah. Choice is yours. And those who do this with gratitude, the one who is tuned to grace shall prosper. I think I explained in the beginning that it is all about getting tuned into that kind of abundance, consciousness, and vibration. And whatever you do, that's a reflection of what consciousness you belong. You will get based on the vibrational capacity. You will attract that kind of level of things. Like when you grow up with your age and maturity, that kind of responsibility will be given to you. Okay, forget about life. Maybe in the office scenario. Suppose you are the clerk or supervisor or the officer or the manager or the general manager. Based on that, your responsibilities are different. How do you deal with that? You will give you whether you are elevating or not. Okay. So this, if you do it with gratitude, means if you are as a officer, you will be considered for the manager because you can handle your things well, responsibilities or your activities, your job well. So you will be considered for that. But if you keep struggling with your wherever you are, then there's no chance you will be elevated. So gratitude makes that difference. If you do with the grateful heart, whatever you are doing, you are eligible. You make yourself worthy of receiving the grace for the further higher up into the hierarchy. Yeah. They will prosper because they keep on getting it. It comes back to them because they are in the channel of raising their vibration, also giving unconditionally with the pure love, etc., etc. So that's how it goes there. Just let me save the attendance. Just give me a minute. Let me save our attendance. Okay. So next is number 9. Those who create hurdles in this free movement of energy shall face financial hurdles time and time again. You become one of the creating the blocks or in the river stream from the mountain, you are putting boulders there. Yeah. More and more, difficulty you will face. As I said, that there is no such thing. Your smartness cannot defeat the divine consciousness, which created everything. Don't try to outsmart that. You think you have done a smart thing. Actually, it is counterproductive. You are digging a grave for yourself by being too smart because you cannot release. You cannot be free. You cannot be liberated. You are thinking of small gains here and there. Forget about gain. If you are ready even to die, then I call it being death, you become immortal. When you are ready to give everything you have, including your life, that is the time you walk towards immortality, the divinity. It will express to yourself only. Everything will change in your life. Great transformation. There's ascension, whatever name you call it, enlightenment or whatever. Before that, you have to leave everything you have ready. What will physically happen will be different. But it is also true. You will be given a lot of opportunities. If you, like a test, if you don't pass that particular test, then take more time or you miss that opportunity, tougher test will come, not easier. If something you don't learn normally just by, first chance, then second chance, it will be, first you have to withstand longer your situation and things like that. And that test to be tougher. Okay, in life, your soul will do it because they will force you to get into that ultimately. Your soul will create some scenario. It will be more tougher, more complicated. It will take more effort. It will more of the things you have to spend. You have to, let go to come across this, which earlier it could have been by minimum effort, you could have been passed through. Okay. So that's what about that. If you stop that energy or try to do any of this disruption or go into the area of Kulakshmi or any kind of thing, you will face a tough thing ahead. Yeah. The freer the movement of this energy, more abundant you will be. That also as a background I explained with the size of the containers and ultimately the pipeline. Then also channeling the pipeline, the masters also, there are different levels. Had the master mass amount, they can do it at one go, like a bigger pipeline. Great pipeline earlier, maybe 6 inches pipeline, then it go to 10 inches, then 12 inches, 18, 24. Maybe the great masters, maybe 48-inch pipeline. Who knows? Okay. So free at the moment, basically what you're doing is you're expanding your channel. So more and more things will pass through you. Suppose through you, 10 people life has transformed. They become spiritually aware. They themselves vibrating at the high vibration and frequency. As you are the means for that, so you will, even doing nothing, you will get huge amount of that benefit. Divine grace will come to you, because you are ready to give. That's why more will come. Same as it is energy, same with the money as well. It starts with your intention of giving. That kickstart that flow of receiving. Okay, the freer, the greed and fear are two most common emotions to block the flow. So this is, I think it is very clear what is mentioned there. Because greed, what I have, I need more. I have to multiply by money 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, by any means, by hook or crook. Okay. Then what will happen is the greed will ultimately overpower you. Suppose you want to make money double and you got it, and then make it quadruple 4 times, and also they become successful. Then 4 times to 18 times, maybe you got into the gambling and all these kind of things. So you do find here with a very normal time, you got 8 times of the money. And then you start thinking, okay, what people earn in lifetimes, I earn in a week. That is ego statement. And then that 8, because you by the time you are convinced, you know the tricks of the trade, you know everything. You put this 8 times to make it 16 times, double of that amount within a very short time, maybe not even weeks, maybe within days. And that is a trap. You get into it, you come to zero. Whatever you had earlier, that you lost. So that's how it plays. So I'm not saying you don't go into any kind of, venturing into any kind of profit making. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is keep your target fixed first. Once you achieve the target, you come out. Don't keep on giving in to that lure or the greed of more, making it double in shorter time, faster, and things like that. That greed will kill you, not that actual amount of money. Okay. So when you come to the zero, then whatever originally you had, that is also gone. Okay. So that is a lesson you get it from all these exercises. But this is very common, by the way. This kind of greed is very common. The greed and the fear of the money means I will not lose anything. Will take care of me in my bad time. So then in that case, go into that ultimate. One day you will die. So what will happen the day you die? Can this money will help you even 1 minute? Never. Okay, it will not happen. So just whatever you need, it's of course, you, by all means, you keep it. Whatever you don't, then unnecessarily don't hoard them. Because those are meant to flow, not to be with you. Whatever is needed, that is, you keep because you need it. Roti kapra makan, you know. And rest of the things is meant to be in the flow. So use that to be into the, come to the level of getting higher and higher in flow. Okay. Then one who masters these emotions shall prosper. So this understanding I'm just giving, it is all about the awareness. If you're aware ki the Aishwarya one is a particular vibration, not accumulating the $1 billion. Yeah. If it is clear, then you will live the life of the Aishwarya one. Actually, let me put it in this way. How much money you actually have, the figures, it doesn't matter. In the plenty, you will feel like poor. Or actually, you are technically poor, but you feel like Aishwarya one, it's all possible. Because your life is what you are experiencing. It's not about what you have. Fundamentally, that need to be understood. I give an example of, the selling lodgings in the local trains. Yeah? So like, suppose in near Kolkata, there is a Howrah-Kharagpur railway line. And then up to there is a station called Ulubariya. So one day, lodgings seller, the toffee, used to come into that local train, he used to sell toffee. He used to get into that Ulubariya station and the vendor, they sell all the toffee, lozenges and all those things. And he's very, very happy, energetically. People like to talk to him, buy from him. And one daily passenger, it comes daily to the office to Kolkata from Kharagpur maybe. So he is asking, I used to see you every day. So how much you earn? You become, looks like a very, like a cheerful person. How much you earn? He said, I earn 200 rupees a day. I'm talking a story of maybe 20 years back, but anyway, that is the time. But 200 or maybe you say 1,000 now, whatever it is. Yeah. So that is the amount of money I earn. 1,000 is also a bit, yeah. Anyway, 200 per day. So he said, then how many people you have in your family? He said, my wife and we have one child and my parents are there staying with me. And where do you stay? He said, Ulubariya, there's one village, is a small hut, he stay there. Yeah. So he said, how can you manage your family with this 200 rupees per day? It's almost impossible. 5 people and so then he said one thing, and then that is the message of the whole story. He says that yes, I am poor, but we don't feel the poverty. Means that technically you can say that what will happen to 200 rupees, but we are happy with whatever we have. We are enjoying our life. Whatever we need, that is taken care of. We need a food and all. Whatever, we don't have much expenses also, and we are happy, we are enjoying life. So, yes, you can say that we don't earn much, but there is no poverty there. Poverty consciousness is missing. We don't feel any poverty. We may be poor, but we don't feel any poverty. See, that is the right way of living. It is about how you feel about ourselves. That makes our life. It's not that how much we have. All spiritual masters, they teach these things. This is the fundamental thing they teach, and most of the time it is not understood properly. It's not about how much you have, it is how you feel about it. No matter amount, whatever. If you feel grateful about it, you live in an abundant life. But most of us, we do just opposite. You keep on complaining or comparing with others and make our life worse and worse and worse. And whatever we think, whatever we feel, that becomes our life. Yeah. Anyway, so one who masters the emotions and prosper. So one that with the awareness, if you come to that level, take our vibration high, then things, the all experiences of life will attract it towards us and make our own life richer, yeah, not worse. It's all about experiencing what we have and be grateful about it. And that opens the avenue for the next one. Yeah, not by complaining or not comparing or thinking why we are getting punished this way. Okay. Okay, number 13, awareness is the only key. Awareness, what I explained, all those things. We have to just be aware of this. The only way is to be involved more in financial the only way is to be involved more in financial transactions, in giving and receiving, in serving and being served, and letting go of all the blockages through the awareness is the activities. So just the awareness, remove all the blocks, as I explained earlier, the fear and guilty or this and the hoarding or lure of shortcuts and lure of getting rich overnight and all those kind of things. If you be aware move forward, will be abundance consciousness, and then things will follow. Easiest way to the destination is to surrender giving and receiving to the Lord. What I was telling in my interaction with Babaji, ye bhi tera, wo bhi tera. When I had many, that was also yours. I have nothing today, that is also yours. You are experiencing through me. So both give and take, you surrender to the Lord, to the Creator, to the Divine, then whatever name you call it, I surrendered to Babaji. So Babaji knows what is good for me. Who am I to decide I'm having more or less, or this is good for me, that is bad for me? Who am I to decide? Okay, I really don't know. Truth is, I don't know. Okay. If I get a lottery of $1 million tomorrow, will it be good for me? I don't know. I heard some incidents. I shared with you one, guy, he has make a huge amount of profit by a Mercedes Benz, the top S class or whatever. And next day he wants to run in the highway 200 km/h speed because he has to enjoy his life. He got a lot of money. He never been, into that kind of money, and he met with an accident, get both legs cut, and now sit down rest of his life in the home. Yeah, he cannot do anything, getting incapacitated. Anyway, so that I don't know. So if I get huge amount of money tomorrow, whether it will be helpful or not, I don't know. So, but if I have a trust to the divine, whatever I need, it will come to me. It's as per divine plan. I will never be poor. It will keep on coming, and when it will come more, I'll know exactly. I'll be guided what to do with the money. I will follow that inner guidance, and that's it. I don't have anything. Any looking for something or manipulating the system and exploiting people or doing nothing. I just live my own truth. Things will follow by divine grace, and that's it. That is awareness. Okay. Gain and loss are sides of the same coin. Gain leads to greed and loss leads to fear. So beautifully said by Babaji. Those of you has, the lesson to that, the duality, part of the same coin. I normally give an example of a bar magnet. If you want to take North Pole, leaving the South Pole, no matter how many times you cut the magnet, still there will be South Pole. Go up to the molecular level, still will be anything or everything like that. So these things of that, either two things, greed by getting more and more, leave it to greed, or losing or fear of losing will, leading to that fear. Both are the negative emotions and they drag us down overall. So what is the way forward is to go beyond duality, which is equanimity. Like no matter what happens, you come to that surrender mode, is all yours. Loss is yours, gain is also yours. So you are not taking unnecessarily, the responsibility of anything. You just do your best. And the rest you leave it to the divine. That is my teaching, another teaching either also. Okay? So do your best, leave it to the divine. Whether it's, gain, loss, you don't know the whole picture. So, but it is sure that if you have given something, in another place it is mentioned that it will come back to you multifolded. This is my addition from my experience. I'm sure it will come. When the movement of this energy is unrestricted, there is neither gain nor loss. What is gained must be given, and what lost must be eventually received. It is a divine principle. That's what we need to understand. Suppose we keep on gaining, gaining, but eventually one day we'll die and you have to live. That part is constant. That will never change. Okay. Even if you can dodge the external system somehow, not to lose anything, at the end of it, you will do everything at one go, fraction of a second. That time, our soul, if it is not get out of that, they become earth-bound soul. Like these are the negative entities, they keep coming back downwards. You are too much attached, too much greedy with your own thing. You didn't learn how to disengage and how to get liberated. Then those, even after their death, they cannot get out of this place, or they can get out of this things that it is mine and this thing like that. And those negative entities, later on, some kind of black magic doers will capture them, and they use them for their own interest. That's what the black magics have been done. Who did this kind of entities? Who still have a lot of desires, a lot of attachment to the worldly things, but in their lifetime they have gathered, and maybe they have cheated many, and some of them may be criminals and things like that. So they will be used ultimately for these purposes. The giving and receiving also should be unrestricted. Universe knows who should be giving and who should be receiving in energy in single transaction. It's all our divine plan. Be worthy to be part of it. Don't unnecessarily play smart. And I go to one level. If somebody claims that I have done, even say healing, I have done healing, I solved your problem, I changed your life, and I. Okay. And question is, who are you? It is the divine who is doing it. Unnecessarily, you are, claiming something, but you don't have any power. You have not learned the lessons. You have no power, absolutely no power. Yeah. Unrestricting is that when you go beyond that, when you drop that idea of I, it is not you who is doing. You are the mean only. You are the agent. You are the channel. You are not the creator of the wealth, neither the ultimate recipient. Only your role is to be playing between, be the conduit of reaching from the source to the, whatever in that transaction end of it. More you give unrestricted, that much level you go in the hierarchy or the spiritual evolution level. So from your side, you just work how we can less the friction, less the, the contradiction, like confinedness or smallness within you. Then more and more things will, constraints within you, more and more things will pass through you. In 18, this is absolutely interesting. Karma is nothing but everything blocking the free movement. When you try using your intelligence, using your own self-interest or whatever the reasons, you block this free flow of energy, you bind karma. So that is absolutely the truth. Law of karma means you have done something out of your free will, which restricted somebody of receiving the wealth. It was through you, but you blocked it, you bind karma. You have to face the consequences. That to whom it has to go, it will find another way, like the rain on the mountains. The stream will find another way to reach to the sea. It may not. If one thing is blocked, don't think that you're gaining anything. It's better make it unrestricted so that it will flow through you. That's how the karmas are built. By the way, that also gives, the reverse is also true. If you don't give any restrictions, okay, then not only that it will pass through you, you gain good karma. You will attract more. Rather than binding any karma what you face consequences. Yeah. 19. After mastering the movement of energy, there is no karma related to wealth and only possibility is liberation. Okay. If liberation or enlightenment, first principle is in the living condition, you can experience what you should get at the time of death, you get liberated, you get enlightened. Let me say it again. If in the living by choice you experience death, whatever at the time of death, what you have to live, you live it consciously, voluntarily, getting detached from it. Living means not running away. Getting detached from it, you get enlightened in this life itself. From the mortality, you go to the immortality. Just because you connect with the consciousness. So same thing it is, Babaji is telling that after mastering the movement of energy, this flow, you should not create any, your focus is how not to restrict anything, to avoid karma or all these things, and maximize the flow. That should be your intention. If that is the thing, then there is no karma related to wealth and possibility of liberation. So the karma gets dropped. It is we call zero karma activity. All the masters are doing that all the time. Zero karma activity. Once you do zero karma activity, what remains is the divine service, seva bhava. If you are in the seva bhava, you get liberated because you become the divine agent. You become clear. You become clean. You become, multiple level. You get completely clean and elevated. You get liberated. Enlightenment is like that. Forget about accumulating. You are giving the part of the things. And you are in the process of the. So you yourself. That in the analogy, the pipeline is enlightened. Whatever meant to be, it will come through that and go to wherever it need to be. But in the process, that the conduit get enlightened. And the 20th, the last point is always remembering this can lead to the ultimate. If you keep on practicing, initially you need consciously, just like I was saying that the gratitude journal, Louis L. Hayes' gratitude journal, it's a conscious effort to say 1 or 2 I'm not getting 50. But when you keep on practicing, start looking for it, then slowly, your pattern will change. All the time you see the divine grace everywhere. And all the time you are in abundance. All the time you will feel you are in the flow and, somebody is getting it, it's fine, but it is coming through me. And then your attitude towards the whole wealth and money will completely change. Your vibration will go high. You will live in the attitude of gratitude. And ultimately, it will be your liberation. Money will be there. People and all those things will be there. Systems will be here. And you will get liberated. You lead whatever the time remaining on this planet Earth, you live a liberated life, free life, enlightened life, the holistic living. That's what it is. All right. So with this, we'll conclude this learning session. So it took a little more time. So if you have any question, then please come forward and I will answer them. Okay. If there is no question, then we'll call it a day. We'll go for the Shanti part and conclude our session today. Om. Sarvesham Swastirvavatu. Sarvesham Shantirvavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhino. Sarve Santu Niramaya. सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ मंगलम।